This is for the players.
I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
I'm Max Cooper.
And this is For the Players, the pop culturist PlayStation podcast with over 40 years of playing PlayStation and 10 plus years in that games media combined. I'd like to thank you for joining us for our final episode of For the Players for 2019. I threw you off, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. This PlayStation conversation happens every Monday morning with a varying cast at 9 a.m. Australian Standard Time on YouTube and 8 a.m. on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast services. If you'd like to be a part of future conversations, please join us on Facebook, Discord, comment below. Or if you're feeling generous, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/thepopculturist. Head over there, check out the tiers. Might be something there that interests you. Nailed it.
Yeah, well done, man. If you want to support the show, head over to patreon.com/thepopculturist, where you can get yourself a nice little sneaky link where you can watch us record this show live. Now, out of our kindness, of our heartsness, we have shared this one on the interwebs as it happens, as a bit of a freebie, a little bit of a taster. Hence why chats and then the people's over there.
Before we disappear for 3 weeks.
Yeah, before we go away for a couple of weeks. Just like that. But if you want to support us in a more once-off fashion, head over to popculturist.com/shop. We can buy shirts and other assorted shit with our logos on it. We are also on Twitch, twitch.tv/thepopculturists. That's right, it's full house in here today because it's end of the year. Josh is back.
I'm just noticing all your extra artwork.
All the extra artwork. Yeah, I've just got some WWE art over there.
Yeah.
The guy that does the WWE comic books. Was it been like, what, a month?
I don't know.
Probably
about a month.
Probably
about 4
more
shows.
than that.
No, it's been a while.
So what have you been up to, man?
It's been a while. A while.
A while. What have you been up to?
Is it sad if I say nothing?
No.
Like there's nothing of note to talk about?
No, because that's why you wanted the break. You wanted the break to chill.
Pretty much. I'm playing some music. Trying to record some music. It's really hard. Using this program, actually.
Audition? Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know Audition had that
if you
potential.
go file, new multi-track,
Yeah.
record multi-tracks.
Oh.
Music. Yeah, do it now.
Okay.
Don't do it now. Because you'll lose all of this. Nah, just playing games and playing guitar and busy season fixing air conditioners.
Yeah, because everyone's like, oh, fuck, it's getting hot
Everyone's
now.
like, oh, my holiday house's air conditioner does not work. Can you fix it before Christmas?
Like, no.
No.
It's fine. We'll have to go to the lawn holiday house instead.
Yeah, no, Christmas next year, I'm good.
How long has it not been working for? 4 months.
We didn't need it 4 months ago.
I haven't been accused of ruining Christmas yet this year, though. So
Oh, did that happen last
one
year?
more week to go. Yeah.
You ruined our
Yeah.
Christmas.
Coming out 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
Needs parts.
So we don't have it.
Parts take time. But the whole family's coming down for Christmas in my 12-bedroom holiday house. I
love the voice you give the people that own this holiday
I
house.
don't give a fuck. I couldn't care less, mate.
What about you, Max? How have you been since, what, Thursday when you came and streamed?
Yeah, we streamed on Thursday, didn't we? Yeah, no, I finished work now, so 4 weeks of holidays. Should be good.
Yeah, because this is baby any moment.
Okay, so I've got 1 week with no baby.
Holidays,
and
you say.
then 3 weeks of holiday with baby.
There's no holiday.
Yeah, no. As I said here before, the grand plans that I had of like, ooh, I got to play this game, I got to play this game. I didn't even play none of them games.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get through anything.
No. Well, I said I've already I don't have a new baby to look after it, but I've already kind of ended my year. I'm like, all right, I'm not getting any more games out this year.
I think newborn babies like the best time.
Actually, I play a lot of Skyrim.
Predominantly, they sleep for like 18 hours,
Yeah.
20 hours a day.
There was a window of time where I was sitting on the couch because the Skyrim Special Edition just dropped, and I had my foot on his rocker, and I was like, do it. And I
See,
was just
this
like
age
fighting
that James
dragons
is at now,
and shit.
that's the hard time.
Yeah.
Where is he? What is he doing? You hear cupboards and shit falling. You're like, oh.
It's quiet, like he's fucked something.
Yeah, or it's too quiet. It's like,
He's not quite old enough to do the gaming grind for you that you don't want to do.
There's always a time where it's silent, and you're like, hang on.
The problem that we face right now is that he understands the controller thing. He understands how it works. So when I'm sitting here using my controller, I give him a shit like one doesn't work. He's like, it's not doing anything. It's swap. So I have to swap with him, and I got to sit there with a dumb controller while he plays the game.
Kratos just walks into a wall.
Has someone told Max babies come whenever they please? The difference here is, though, Dave.
Oh, no. Ours is 100% planned. We're going in and extracting it on Monday.
You've been playing a lot of Death Stranding.
So it'll be 2 weeks early. But yeah, it's all planned, ready to go.
Yeah,
But Monday, you mean
Not
tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Yeah.
Monday week.
Yeah, so that's the best thing, because like with the benefit that Max has is that planning. So like, yeah, it's like, unlike me who was playing Rise of the Tomb Raider, and then it's like, hey, child's happening. I'm like, what the fuck?
Taking out all of the guesswork.
But it could still happen in that week, technically.
I mean, technically it could happen before then, but the likelihood of it coming out 3 weeks early is pretty small on a first pregnancy,
see Max and Max and his partner, they're growing what I've affectionately called right now a Gigantamax baby. It's like a regular baby, but it's like that. It's had that Pokemon button.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge.
Don't push the big red button for a baby. I remember when mine was almost first born, her mum had Braxton Hicks a few months before, like every night, it's like, and she's got it again, and I'm like, I'm like, go have a fucking bath. It's like, there's blood everywhere. Oh, okay. Mum, I couldn't even drive at the time. I was like 16. Oh, but I was trying to raid. It was so frustrating.
Like I'm trying to depressingly play like World of Warcraft over here. Like, let me go.
I think the only bad thing we've had was I was streaming with Besson one night, and then there was just this like bloody murderous scream in the background. I'm like, I gotta go.
Dave in the chat does say, plan burst, cutting out the middleman, they care the birth canal.
Yep, pretty much.
They keep that shit intact.
I'd like to see it done with a robot.
Oh yeah.
Like the claw machine champion of the world, just like like grabs the head, just slips off. Like,
yeah, damn it.
Put in another $2.
But Josh, in the time you have been away, so you've been playing some games. What have you been playing?
That's kind of a surprise, isn't it? Because that's pretty much my game of the year list.
Oh, okay. Well, that's.
So I don't want to comment too much about it.
That's fair.
Live service games.
Yeah. Mate, you Max, you been playing anything? Did you tick off Death Stranding before last week?
Yes, I did. I did tick off Death Stranding before last week. Oh no, I didn't. I finished it the day that we recorded.
Yeah.
Like I went home and smashed it out that night. So yeah, really good. Other than that, this week I've played a little bit of Rocket League. Played some Witcher. Both the digital
for the show.
Both the digital board game and old school.
Nice.
Gwent?
No, I'm not a huge fan of Gwent. Hearthstone is still my go-to card game. Yeah, I know.
Blizzard, come on, man! It's 2019.
I myself just been playing more Tools Up, just pushing through on that one. Now, over halfway, by far. Just kind of waiting to get that. As I said, I am at that point. I said it last week, but it's kind of doubling down on it now. Like, if I want 3 stars in every level, I need another person. And I talked to my wife, and she's like, "Oh, I'll do it." So then I'm like,
and then you're looking at James like, damn it.
Yeah, but I've come to terms with my 16 credits that I got this year.
Not bad.
That's
Other
it.
16 credits you've got this year.
That's where it's done. I'm not going to get any more before the end of the year, because I tried to boot up Outer Worlds again. I looked at it, this game's boring, and then I stopped playing it.
My man.
I think you beat me. I think what was my final list? 12 or 13?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, not that great.
About 11.
That's
I
not
think.
too bad.
Yeah.
We're getting.
But it was all in like the first 6 months. I'm like, fuck this, what a year.
Yeah, we went
in like
hard.
June, and I'm like, I hate video games.
Yeah. But I had that point right now, because after finishing Death Stranding, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and there was another game in there as well, I've just lost all oomph. I turn on the PS4 and go,
YouTube.
yeah. That's how you can tell we're right at the end of the year, so I'm very happy to get that done and get it out of the way.
What's the first game next year that you're excited to buy?
Oh. Well, because December's quiet. Jan's quiet. I think February is where it's all getting snarly, right?
Final Fantasy, The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, having played Final Fantasy, I am now hard for it, and I'm going to play it.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah, I know.
Weeb.
Oh, I can't wait.
Well, you can't talk shit about Persona anymore then.
No, I still can.
No, you can't. I won't have it.
So the problem is I'll talk shit about Persona, even though I really enjoyed that 20, 30 hours I played of it.
Yeah.
You know what I really like when my laptop doesn't turn on? Big fan. Just kind of sitting quietly.
What's the structure of this show? What are we doing?
Oh, there is some news in there, some light news, and there's
Really
some state
news?
of play. Yeah,
It'll
just
be like Game
just
Awards
three
news
things. It's
and-
just kind of nothing too important.
Whatnot.
If I
Are you sure about that?
don't know. I'm gonna have to wing it. I think it's gonna have to. There we go.
Someone can refresh me on Game Awards because I haven't seen.
Well, that is part of it. That is part of the news as well. So it is in its stop
Haven't
points.
seen it.
Really?
No.
That's fine. We
you
can
didn't miss
chat about
much.
that. Yeah, it was alright. Chris Conway in the chat talking about babies. He said, we had our newest human on New Year's Eve, and I plan on telling him I paid for the fireworks just for his birthday every year.
Fair.
Yeah, so my mum has, because my birthday was similar around the Guy Fawkes Trelgan show, so that like her contraptions were hitting the beats of the fireworks. She always loves that story. I'm like, that's gross, Mum. Thanks.
I just set off the big one at the end. It's like, boosh! It's Benson. The first thing that ever happens to you when you're born is you're dropped on the ground.
Explains so
Not
much.
a great updates.
Yeah, just conveniently. Thank you, laptop. Padge says it's Iron Man. Yeah, Iron Man VR looks sick. Drems, don't care about Drems. And Darksiders in Feb, now that Ori has been booted to March.
I'm
Yep.
excited for Darksiders.
I'm still very much
That's
in the
Genesis,
mind that my year's not starting till March. For
Yeah.
games this year.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
I have no interest in Dreams, Iron Man, or Darksiders, but March has got what Final Fantasy, Cyberpunk.
It's February.
I thought it was the start of March, wasn't it?
No, it's like 3rd of March or something for Final Fantasy.
I thought it was a week before The Last of Us Part 2.
But part 2 got delayed.
Did it?
Yeah.
I've
Yep.
been out of it for fucking ages. Till when?
April?
May? Yeah.
Come back excited
It's
for
funny.
video game news after
Yeah, no, 'cause-
ages, and I lead with disappointment.
Yeah, because Ubisoft delayed all their stuff because they're like Last of Us 2, no thanks, and then Last of Us 2 delayed into where they're all going again.
Yeah, my laptop's seriously not turning on. That's positive.
Awesome.
Cool. Hey, no, there's more updates. Hang on. There we go.
Yeah,
Oh,
end
good.
of May for
I'm glad to
Tilo.
see that nothing has changed.
Well, yeah, like there's one positive. Like, see, saying this, I had this all prepped, all ready to go. I bought it in, I've charged. I left it here charging. I'm like, all right, we'll let this charge because then when the show kicks in, it'll be super sweet and it'll be nice and ready to go. Because when I said to you, like, you're gonna be here at this time, I'm like, fucking heck, I'm gonna be ready to go at this time.
You just got to check for updates.
Yeah, I just didn't check
obviously.
for that because dingus. But I'm gonna bring this fucking brightness down on this because Jesus. All right, let's
We
get
spent 3
into
on
the
Pokemon.
section we call Inform the Players. We tell you about what happened this week in PlayStation news. A couple of quick ones. Red update redemption. Red Dead 2 is getting itself some goodies this week. The latest update will mostly include story mode extras along with a photo mode. It includes bounty hunter missions, gang hideouts, treasure maps to the ends of the earth, along with weapons, horses, and hidden trinkets. Only comes a year later. Well done, Rockstar.
Cool.
Do you ever finish
No.
Red Dead? No, me
I
either.
got to the point where I'm like, I know how this is going to finish, and I don't want to do it.
I'm yet to uninstall it because I'm like, oh, maybe one day.
I'm really bad with games that are prequels that come after.
'Cause you know what's
Because I'm
happening.
like, I know how this is going to end, and I just don't want to do it now.
Like Rogue One. It's like, all these people are fucking dead. They don't exist in A New Hope. They're all dead.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it takes any of the stakes out.
Yeah.
Like every time that you find Arthur Morgan in Red Dead, he's like, "Oh, I'm in danger." I'm like, "Oh yeah,
Are you really?
really?" You know what? I'm gonna go piss fart around before I go save you because I
You
know
are
you're
in
fine.
danger, but not right now.
Yeah, not fatal.
Just give it a couple of
Yeah,
years.
you're not fatal danger. Soon you'll be shot to shit. But right now, doing pretty well. More Outer Worlds. In an end-of-year blog post, Outer Worlds dev Obsidian posts the following. To all those who voted for us in the Game Awards, you are all fantastic, and we are so grateful for your support. The reception to the Outer Worlds has been unbelievable to see, and even just being nominated means a lot. However, the journey isn't over yet, as we are expecting to announce that we will be expanding the story through DLC next year. Details will be made available at a later date. I originally gave a shit about this, suddenly don't anymore. I jumped back in and just didn't land.
I got to the second planet,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I loved the whole first planet section and everything, like 100% of that whole area. I got to the second planet, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I never went back.
Well, the thing, because I'm like, I'll come back to this. I'll go play Death Stranding instead.
Well,
and I thoroughly enjoyed Death Stranding. So when I go back to this, I'm like, yeah. And I guess because I'm that little bit burnt out now as well, because I smashed Star Wars. But you, Max?
Yeah, I don't see myself going back. I think I got to like the third world, but definitely can't see myself going back to this.
The third
unfortunately.
world?
Shame.
Yeah, third world, that's
There's more after the second.
This one should be interesting. Death Stranding scores get wiped. Death Stranding has been a hit with most critics, but the game was rather predictably review bombed over on Metacritic by the users. As is often the case with titles that end up dividing opinion for whatever reason, a tug of war very quickly ensued, with more users awarding the game a perfect 10, while others slapped it with a big fat 0. It wasn't long before the overall user score dropped to around 5.1. That same user score has spiked dramatically over the last 24 hours, however. As explained on Reddit, it appears as though over 6,000 negative ratings have been removed by the site, causing the score to jump. Death Stranding now sits at a user score of 7.4. This isn't the first time that Metacritic has tied up its user scores, and it's likely won't be the last. What's your guys' thoughts on that? Because that's a little fucked.
Who cares?
Yeah, mostly.
Like, really? That's just my general attitude now, though. Like, who cares? I mean, games get review bombed all the time. And
half the time it's not even because the game's bad, it's because of the platform they chose to release on. Or
But how many of those 6,000 reviews were legitimate? Like ones or twos?
Yeah.
You know?
My issue is how many of the review praise 10s have been removed.
Well, none, apparently.
Well, because that's the thing. Like, there's review bombing, and then there's people going in there and just blasting it with 10s.
It's collusion, I tell you, between Sony and Metacritic. There's a deeper story here, and I'll greatly appreciate when Jason Schreier brings it to light.
Well, yeah, because that's the issue that I have. It's like, it's all well and good to remove the guys that are there just to shit on it, but why not remove the ones that are there just to jerk Kojima dick? You know
I'll tell you what Metacritic stands against.
What's that?
Free speech.
Oh.
It's pathetic. It is absolutely pathetic.
Oh, I've missed you.
the hottest of takes.
But yeah, there's some interesting things that can come out of
I
it.
haven't played it yet, so I can't give it an opinion.
Yeah. It's a real bummer. You should play it. Yeah, it's just long.
Yeah.
It's like 40 hours.
That's so long.
Next up, the final bit of news before we get into the big chats. Pulling the Pud with PlayStation, I named this one. Another year, another avalanche of surprisingly interesting statistics from Pornhub, the world's most popular pornography website. Once again, the adult site has crunched a lot of data, but there's only one part of it that matters. We are, of course, talking about traffic by game console, which breaks down the amount of people browsing Pornhub via the dedicated gaming devices. For the 5th year in a row, congratulations, PlayStation users account for the majority of console players visiting Pornhub, although PS did see a slight decrease of around 5% year on year. It's still the king of adult entertainment, representing an impressive 51.5% of console viewers, or just over 60% if you include the PS Vita.
That's why I kept mine.
Curiously, the aforementioned handheld is on the rise when it comes to whacking it. Vita usage is up 23% from 2018. So it's year-on-year growth for Sony's portable system. We suppose that it is more convenient an option when you want to jerk it under the sheets.
I mean, I told you why last year, and it's because PSVR is just...
Yeah. But it's also, I mean, PlayStation have 60% roughly with the Vita? There's about 60% more PlayStations out there than Xboxes, so it makes sense for that to be.
Yeah, and as Max said, VR.
Yeah, but I've not once ever use my PlayStation to look at porn.
No, like
that.
I can't even use a keyboard.
Bullshit. Yeah, I just use text to speech.
Yeah. Do I ask?
No. You can just paint your own picture for that.
Like you did.
All over the undercover of my dude.
Replace that screen protector. Quickbits former Double Fine vice president is now joining Sony Interactive Entertainment in a role that looks after relationships between SIE and the indies. It's working alongside Shuhei, which makes sense. Double Fine were one of the most prolific independent studios for the longest time.
They do Awesomenauts and stuff like that. Or am I mixed up? It is Awesomenauts.
Yes, and Psychonauts.
Psychonauts.
So Double Fine is now a Microsoft-owned studio. The former Double Fine vice president, he did bounce out shortly after the purchase.
Ooh, interesting.
So Chris says in the chat, so what you're saying is PlayStation owners are the biggest wankers. That is correct. 100%. Dreams will not support PSVR at launch, but it's coming ASAP.
I don't believe that.
That game is going to suck.
Nothing else to say
That game is going to bomb so hard. Minecraft has pushed the Bedrock update onto PS4. However, you need an Xbox account to play it. PlayStation Now subs are losing access to games they already own due to a licensing bug. So if you own games, then you get PlayStation Now. The PSN, in its almighty wisdom, wigs out and thinks you own it as per PS Now. So if you cancel your PS Now subscription, you lose those games. Funsies.
Man. I think this company had 100+ million current consoles out in the world or something.
Mortal Kombat 11 is now crossplay
between
all the things.
Everything.
All the things. Final Fantasy VII Remake is a 12-month PS4 exclusive. New 2K studio Cloud Chamber is working on the next Bioshock game. So a brand new studio that is making Bioshock.
Where's this one going to be set?
Ooh, I don't know.
Space?
Yeah, there's only option. It's got to keep going up. Like they went down.
They went down. Yeah.
And then they went up again. They went down. And they went downer. And then they went up.
Yeah.
And then what?
Well, maybe they could just be here.
Just like straight in the middle.
Yeah.
It's just a city.
It's just San Francisco.
But you, Max, any of that tickle your fancy?
Yeah. I'm keen for a new Bioshock.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just didn't Jason Schreier release an article saying that this game studio is not recently developed? Hasn't it been?
It's brand new.
Haven't they like existed for a while?
I don't know. I've never heard of them before.
I was under the impression it was brand new. Maybe in a purchase one they've just renamed for funsies.
Could be.
But yeah, look, we'll quickly jump into some two other sections before we get into our Game of Year chats. So this week we did see the State of Play, the last one for 2019. So let's just quickly run through the things that caught our attention.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that sums up my thoughts of the State of Play.
Now this is kind of in order of importance, I guess. Resident Evil 3 returns to Raccoon City on the 3rd of April 2020 with a PS4 remake.
I'm excited for that.
I'm so damp.
3 was the first one I ever played.
So do you have a bit of love for it? Is it good?
I don't know. I was like 7 ish. I don't remember. I just remember the Nemesis being fucking scary.
Yeah. Well, it's just the thing is like...
And that's what the first Resident Evil movie was based off too, with the Nemesis as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm double damn for it.
Mm-hmm. That was a good movie.
It's the only Resident Evil I haven't played, so I'm just like, I'll take it or leave it. I mean, I'll end up playing it, but I'm not.
I was just so impressed by like Resident Evil 2 remake that I just give me this. Just put it in my face.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm saying that one. Ghost of that one returns with a teaser, with a full trailer coming in Game Awards, which we'll talk about later. Dreams does get its PS4 release date, and it is for February 14, 2020.
So it
as
doesn't
leaked.
have a date. As a month.
No, it's got a date. February 14th.
14th.
It's the Valentine's
Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm sure that people would rather play Dreams and then Smash on Valentine's Day. Or maybe it's for the loners who don't have anyone to smash.
Well, as
so they create their own like avatar.
Yeah, maybe there's a combo. There's a Pornhub Dreams like collab.
Oh,
you know, Valentine's Day. Just make your own.
Get what's her name? Sasha Gray's avatar for $2.99 or some shit.
Predator Hunting Grounds also is dropping in April 2020.
Is that 4v1 thing?
Yeah, by the same guys who did
Friday
the 13th.
It looks alright. Like, I'm not a big fan of like Predator lore or Predator in general, but it looks cool.
I mean, Friday the 13th was fun. Amidst all its bugs, it was fun to play with
and
friends.
Licensing issues and shit. They're like, mate, this game and release it, and the people that made it are like fuck is this?
Like, it was really good apart
Did
from all
you
the legal
actually
issues.
ask us if you could do this?
Like, no.
No, we thought you'd really like it. I do, but
There is some grey area here. Untitled Goose Game waddles its way on a PS4 December 17. So the day this goes up, buy it tomorrow.
or don't.
Did you play it?
No,
Oh, we can't say what to do. That's a good
I
point.
saw enough people play it because Alex watched like 5 YouTubers play it. I'm like, I understand this game, and it'd be fun for about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to play it with James because I think James will enjoy the honk button.
Well, you can either buy it on PS4 today, or you could just get an Xbox with Game Pass and play it for free, like the Outer Worlds as well. I played a lot of Xbox.
I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to talk to you about and what happens in the Game Awards. Superliminal is a perspective bending puzzler coming to PS4 in 2020. Okay. Oh yeah, that's the one with the cool perspective dicking about. It's kind of cool. Spellbreak brings Cell Shaded Battle Royale to PS4 next spring. Looks dumb. PSVR Stunner Paper Beast Details Sandbox Mode in latest trailer looks dumb. Babylon's Fall, which was the Square Enix game from the E3 this year that made me stare at it going, what the fuck is this? Even after seeing it, I still said, what the fuck is this? And that was about it. Then PlayStation granddaddy Ken Kutaragi, he delivers a heartfelt thanks to 25 anniversary thingies.
Paul's yelling at me,
What's Paul yelling? Goose Game is great, says Paul.
as is tradition. We always seem to go at it in this.
Yeah,
Paul.
yeah, you and
we
Paul
have
just
very
fight. It's
conflicting
awesome.
gaming
Good
opinions.
fun. So although from what you've in the very uneventful reading, how did you think stay to play? Info that dropped.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't watch it. But I'm excited for Resident Evil, and I'm still a bit sad Ghost of Tsushima doesn't have a date yet.
Yeah,
Or does it?
It's summer,
Or did you leave it
2020. So it's between July and August next year. No, June to August next year.
It'll probably be the last first party game.
Yeah, it will be.
I was just annoyed that they're like, where you're finally going to see more of Ghost, and then it's like, go watch Game Awards to actually see more of
Yeah,
Ghost.
because they wrapped up the state of play. They're like, one more thing.
Please watch the Game Awards.
Yeah, go watch Game Awards.
They're paying us a lot of money to say this.
Yeah, it was real kind of like, look, Resi 3 is the big standout. Goose Game cool because I'm planning to play it with James. Other than that, it was fine. There was nothing super amazing. But I think when I watched it, because I didn't watch it live because I was up at 1 in the morning. I was watching it the morning before I went to work. Yeah, and there was just I left in a good mood. But I think that may have just been slowly Resi's fault. Because when I look over this list, I'm like, oh, okay. Speaking of Game Awards, because Ghost of Tsushima told us to go look at it. Let's have a look at the announcement. So I've separated this into announcements and then the results.
Okay.
So the announcements. Godfall is the first game officially announced for the PS5.
What's that look like?
Do you grab onto Godfall at all?
This is, I think, the only trailer I did not see.
That's a piece of shit.
So I can't tell you either way.
Look, I didn't take a lot into it. All I saw was that, it was just a PS5 game. That's the thing that caught my attention.
Yeah, I think
the most.
that's what caught me the most. Was like the big clickbaity head titles of first PS5 game finally announced.
Well, yeah,
And it's called this, and I'm like, cool.
There are others that are involved with PS5.
Yeah,
This is the first one that's like officially like, no, it's coming to PS5.
yeah. I wonder if that means that it's not coming to PS4.
Yeah, it's the first non-cross Jenny one. Hang on, Josh is going to watch the trailer.
I'll skim.
Padge in the chat says, Gearbox published, interestingly enough. So Gearbox best known for like Borderlands and shit.
Yeah, but they recently start publishing for other smaller.
Yeah, I'm pretty
This
sure
is
that.
made by
not just-
Counterplay Studios.
Oh.
Published by Gearbox.
Yeah.
Oh, is the child breaking in again? No. Oh, no,
He's at the
Yeah,
window.
He's the window. This is
at the window.
horrifying. This is an interesting one.
So that trailer told me nothing.
Yep, pretty much. They announced a sequel to Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice,
Ooh.
and it's coming to the now named Xbox Series X.
What's the Series X?
It looks like
It's their
a
new
fridge
console.
in a small bin.
So-
They showed off the box.
No, I saw memes.
Yeah.
I thought it was fake.
No, it's
No,
totally
it's not
real.
fake.
Oh, okay.
It's totally real.
Interesting.
I like it.
It's a beefy
I don't-
box.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't mind it.
I don't mind
But
the design.
is this
100%.
the Scarlet?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Scarlet is now the Xbox Series X, or is the internet's already taken?
Can you imagine
the
a
Xbox X?
grandparent trying to buy their grandson an Xbox at this point in time?
So they come in Xbox. Which one? Do you want the Xbox? The Xbox One S? Oh, so you want an Xbox? Xbox One? Xbox One S? Xbox One X? Or the Xbox Series X? Like, what the fuck is wrong with
Or
you?
the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Or the Xbox Sad.
Yeah, so they've got Xbox Sad, Xbone, and now the Xbox X.
Cool. Good on them. Oh, because they own Ninja Theory now, don't they?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's disappointing because I want to play that like real bad.
You have an Xbox.
It's
Yeah,
all.
I'm
it's all-
trading it in for
it's all-
PS5.
It's also on PC,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
it'll be part of Game Pass because
Yeah.
it's a first-party studio now.
Yeah.
So you can play it for free on your
Yeah.
PC
Yeah.
I'm suddenly
For
less
like-
sad.
for like $1. Because
That's how I played the Outer Worlds. Get the first month Game Pass Ultimate for $1. I'm like, fuck yeah.
yeah,
I was
well,
still
that's it.
disappointed with how much money I spent to play the Outer Worlds.
Fantastic. Then we got a Ghost of Tsushima trailer. They announced it is coming summer of 2020. Yeah, it looks pretty
Okay.
rad.
It does.
I'm super stoked on it actually.
I'm not watching any more of it.
Yeah, so you were
I already
sold.
liked what I saw from E3 last year.
Yeah,
With like the Sony shit E3. That's the last I've seen of it.
yeah.
But
Look,
that's
this
enough.
one doesn't really tell you a whole lot more. It just kind of shows you more of the setting, which is kind of rad.
Is it looking like Sekiro with like God of War combat instead of Dark Souls combat?
I also haven't seen any trailer since the
Fucking
E3
hell,
one.
man. No. Looks cool though. The Wolf Among Us 2 has been re-announced by the new purchased Telltale Studios. It has been confirmed that no one that made the original one is working on it.
Yep.
Fucking stoked.
Tubular.
Weird West is a Western action RPG from the creators of Dishonored.
This looks so good.
Really?
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks great.
Alright, give some dates.
It's got that. It's like a top-down isometric, Diablo style.
You've got me.
The artwork's like all cel shaded. It looks just so good.
That
Looks.
was
It looks so good.
What's it called? Weird West.
Weird West.
I mean-
Weird West. Yeah.
On everything.
Looks
All
like it.
consoles.
Let's
Wicked.
see. Fast and the Furious Crossroads
This looks dumb.
burns rubber on PS4 on PS4 next year. I was actually personally expecting a PS3 release date because that thing looks like shit.
And the rubber it's burning is your PS4's internal fan.
The game looks so bad.
Apparently a cooperative heist game.
Oh, because we can't do that in GTA already.
All about family.
The big twist at the end is someone who you thought would be around forever fucking dies.
Yeah, I'm sure it has the same feeling where you're playing it and you're like, why the fuck isn't this ending?
The way you've described it, I'm thinking like GTA San Andreas.
It's
Like,
not quite
oh shit,
that.
here we
It's
go.
not quite that bad. But like,
It looks
no
like
one
a-
has any like.
It looks like one of the newer, earlier.
Yeah, like the kind of a back
Need
end
for Speed.
PS3 game.
Okay.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
back end PS3 game. Everyone looks unnecessarily smooth for some reason. Yeah.
Is Vin Diesel in it?
Yeah, he
he's
came out on stage
he
with
came out
Michelle
on stage.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, their likenesses are in it.
Yeah,
Ah.
he and Michelle Rodriguez.
Sick.
Uh,
Can't wait for stunted voice acting.
What do you mean?
Josh has become
Vin
so
Diesel!
cynical.
Vin Diesel
He's-
hasn't been good since the Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah, but he is a like well received voice actor now because he is Groot.
With oh.
I'm so glad he can say 3 words.
Heavily modified through a computer. But it's the intonations that really capture the
it's
essence.
the small things like I am Groot and I am Groot.
Get
You know, fuck that. Green
Baby
Day.
Groot's been taken over by Baby Yoda anyway.
That's
so.
good. Yeah, Baby Yoda's way better.
Fucking awesome.
Green Day is teaming up with Beat Saber, releasing a song pack that is out now.
Is it out now?
Yes, I know.
For PS4 or just PC?
No, it's right now. It's like $13.95 or something.
Buy it.
There's 6 songs on it. 4 of them are of note. It's like American
I was
Idiot.
going to say, yeah, maybe does it have their like 2 good songs?
So it has 2 songs that are coming to their new album that comes out in
I
February.
think I sent you the whole list.
Yeah, and then there's like Minority, American Idiot, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and one other one.
Time of your life?
No,
No.
Good Riddance is not there.
Yeah, no good riddance.
What's the point?
No, like long view,
no warning.
Yeah.
So all their good music is
Yeah.
not on there.
No.
Yeah, all their early good
Well,
stuff.
they only have 6 songs, and they had to put 2 shitty ones on there. See, now last week I'm pretty sure I chewed out Green Day,
Did you see the
and then Padge got mad at me.
Did you see the picture of the crowd though when Green Day were playing? Everyone's just standing up completely still, except for a few people down in front of the stage.
And they're high as fuck.
So we're watching it at work, right? And then so all these people that left their seats to come down to the front to see it, and then someone came in late, so they open the door and look up and they see Green Day rapping and everyone just walking away. It's like, is everyone leaving? Like, no, they're just going back to their seats.
What was this for? At the game?
Yeah, that Green Day there. They performed some songs. Control's first DLC has been announced. It arrives March 2020.
Paul says, yeah, fuck you, Ryan.
And there is an update coming now with some free expeditions.
Control's coming to Game Pass as well.
Control is dope, man.
Just putting it out there.
Dude,
Is it?
Play it on Games Pass.
I thought they said that wasn't coming to Game
No,
Pass.
I read it like last week. I think.
Oh, sweet.
Got to play it. So good. And Cloud cuts a path in the new Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer.
And you didn't put on the announced trailer for the Magic the Gathering MMO?
No, it wasn't on the list.
Oh, you jerk.
What?
I'm super keen.
You want to fill him in?
They're doing
I've heard enough, dude.
They're doing like a lore-based Magic the Gathering
You
MMORPG.
get to be Planeswalker.
Possibly. It looks sweet. Apparently you can sign up for the beta now. I already did.
That's cool. I didn't know. That's awesome.
All right, let's have a chat about the winners
You
of the
can't
Game
pick
Awards.
and choose what you put in there based on your likings.
Have you know, Matt, he's done that for years.
That's what you did for the news for the longest time.
Yeah, but you can't. It happened every week. What do you got for the news? And I'm like, I know he's prying me because I know there's something he saw that he wants to talk about, and he knows I
No,
haven't
because
put
I
it
know
in
you'll
there.
normally pick something Josh related, so I'm like, all right, I need to think of an
I
opinion.
try to pick something.
I need to think
ambivalent.
of an opinion on this in that like 20 minutes that we give ourselves. All right, let's get into the results of the Game Awards. Best Action Adventure Game went to Sekiro. Best Game Direction went to Death Stranding. Prize of no one. Ooh, what's a scowl on your face there?
I just hate the fucking game for no reason.
Best Indie Game went to Disco Elysium.
well deserved.
A Best Role-Playing Game went to Disco Elysium. Fucking suck a dick, Kingdom Hearts.
What is Disco Elysium?
It's
Fresh indie game brought to you by Subway. Also went to Disco Elysium.
Does Jared play it from Subway?
No, sadly not.
How many times have we heard about Gwent?
Padge in the chat goes, how many times have we heard about Gwent? Let's talk about the fact that it's fucking off your consoles. Yeah, I did last week, mate. Calm down. The fucking news cycles work.
I can't believe they did that. But it's on your iPads now. Stupid.
Player's Voice, Fire Emblem Three Houses. I presume that's the community's pick. Best Performance, a very well-deserved win to Mads Mikkelsen as Cliff from Death Stranding. Best VR/AR game, Beat Saber.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, me too. Cause it was like No Man's Skis. Like Blood and Truth was really good, but ain't no Beat Saber. Best ongoing game went to Fortnite.
Sure.
Best multiplayer game went to Apex.
Good on him. Well done. Well, it's not Fortnite, so
Yeah,
it's not
that's
even
true.
nominated, apparently.
No, it's not a multiplayer game. It's just people playing by themselves, being sad. Best mobile game, Call of Duty Mobile. Best sports/racing game,
Crash Team Racing.
Racing.
WWE
No,
2K20.
I just had to look through them. Like, there's like 2 sports games and 3 racing games. They really had to push.
I love how
together.
WWE didn't even get on there this
Fuck
year.
no, it didn't. That game is butt. Best family game, Luigi's Mansion 3 took the win
The
in a
Nintendo
very
category.
in a very difficult competition of all Nintendo games. Fuck.
Kids console.
Games for Impact goes to Greece.
Agree.
Agree.
What?
Silent.
I always thought I called it Gris, and then someone's like, "No, you guys pronounce it's like Greece, like as in like
No.
the country." I'm
No,
like,
it's-
"Oh, okay."
no, it's
And
Gree.
it's like Gree. I'm like, fuck. Name your game something sensible. You damn winning fox.
That game looked nice.
It did look pretty cool, actually. I was trying, like when
Just throwing it in there.
yeah,
It did look nice.
as I yell at it. Best action game, it's Devil May Cry 5.
Well deserved.
That was really good action gameplay. Best art direction went to the once again incredibly well deserved Control. In terms of like having
I'm
a
so
style.
stoked they won something.
Yeah.
Like,
Control
delivered
delivered such a cool style and like just world that totally deserved that. Content Creator of the Year went to Shroud. Okay. Best Strategy Game, Fire Emblem Three Houses.
It's 100% greased. Devolver's saying that themselves.
I don't care.
You're wrong.
Best Audio Design went to Call of Duty, apparently. Best Fighting Game went to Smash because they couldn't vote for it last year. Best Narrative went to Disco Elysium.
How good is this game?
It's
I need to
really good. It's
play it.
got
Is it on
like
console?
perfect scores. No, it's a Steam game.
Oh, fuck
It's
that.
got like perfect scores on Steam.
Really? That doesn't
Apparently, like it's a huge. Again, it's one of those isometric top-down RPGs that has like like all your narrative wins and all that stuff, so you can talk your way out of everything. It's supposed to be so good.
So it's like Pillars of Eternity kind of thing?
Yeah, possibly maybe like old school Shadowrun.
Oh.
But I, can't justify spending $50 on an indie game because Steam sucks.
That's why they're struggling. I wouldn't either.
yeah, no. I it's the same
My
one
Steam
that I
wish
have.
list is so big. Just waiting for that email like, this is on special.
Yeah, but even then I'm like,
Well, okay, to be fair, it's currently on sale because of the Game Awards, but it's $45.
that's not a sale.
So it's slightly better, but I still
And the problem is the price will not be dropping anytime soon now that it's like won a ton of awards.
yeah, they're going to jack it up.
Best Score / Music, Death Stranding.
Fair enough.
Yeah, how it integrated like music and score in the game is pretty amazing.
One of the songs keep playing on Triple J. The Bring Me the Horizon one.
Yeah,
Keeps playing on Triple J. It's real catchy. I like it.
pretty banging. So yeah, because the best thing about it is they have like an album that is just like artists they got to make stuff for it. Then there is the Low Raw album. So there's a band called Low Raw that they use pretty much exclusively throughout it. And then they have the score. So there's like 3 different layers of music in the game. So it makes total sense. Good. Best Community Support went to Destiny 2.
Hey, Bungie.
Hey, which makes sense because after the Destiny 2 stepping away early this year and just sort of gone ham is awesome. What's going on? Alright, cool. Folks yelling at me. And then the Game of the Year, the nominees were Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, The Outer Worlds, and apparently the winner, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah, that was pretty much everyone's reaction. like I said to you earlier, I like that game, but I don't think it's Game of the Year.
Not even a little bit.
Not compared to the other games that were nominated.
I didn't finish any of those games. Even Smash I played for about 45 minutes and I was like, okay.
Yeah, I don't have the right amount of ADHD for that game.
I loved Smash. I was fucking keen for Smash.
I mean, I only play Smash online. I don't play Smash
Yeah.
for the story.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, that was the Game Awards. Relatively disappointing.
Sekiro did finalize a lesson for me though.
What's that?
Stop paying for FromSoft games
Same.
because you will not once ever finish them.
Same.
I've bought every Dark Souls. I've got the expansions, Bloodborne,
yeah.
Sekiro. Never finished any of them.
Bloodborne's the only one I haven't finished yet. I
can't
haven't
do
done
it.
the DLC.
I could
It's the
still
only
have
thing
the
I haven't
patience.
done.
Well, because remember I streamed it with you, Max. You bought it in, and I'm like, all right, there's it dead. I'm like, I'll give it to you, and then you get like 45-minute run.
To be fair, you gave it a real good go that night.
I did.
You were balls deep in Bloodborne for a little bit.
Yeah, because I think I just worked out the kinks of Bloodborne. I can work within this space. I think with the blunderbuss really kind of helped nail it for me, so it wasn't all up in people's shit. But yeah, the Bloodborne was good fun, but I'm just not good at it. I'm not good.
Same, I really enjoyed Sekiro up until the first boss, and I was like, there it is. That's my wall. You just gotta, and I'm like Googling, strategies. It's like, you just gotta, keep at it and you'll get it. Nah.
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah, see,
Still got $45 for it traded into EB though.
See, the difficult.
That's
That's not too bad. The big difficulty that I had was just this mob of people. Like, it wasn't even a boss. Just this mob of people that I couldn't get through.
I could deal with that. Because you gotta be stealthy. You gotta wait for patrol paths and stuff like that. No, that was okay.
Easy done. But that's enough about what everyone else has been claiming the Game of the Awards are. Let's chat to the players about our Game of the Year discussions. Now, as we have, this is our third annual for the Players Game of the Year awards. We have picked the same categories, except we've added an extra one this year. We have honourable mentions, as always. We have worst game of the year, best independent game from not this year, and of course the game of the year. But as we are wrapping up the PS4, and we will forget before PS5 to do this, so we're going to talk about our game of the generation as well.
Well, what's left? Not much.
Not much. There might be
Last of Us 2, if we did this next year, will probably be
yeah,
in
it
there, I
might sneak
suppose.
in, but we can adapt it as we go.
It would definitely sneak in.
Yeah, it'll probably sneak in then. Let's kick things off with some honourable mentions. By you, Max, what do you got? Some honourable mentions.
Honourable mentions for games this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the only one that I didn't do.
What are some games you played? Well, what about you? What about you, Josh?
As we all pull up our list.
Bring up my list. So you mean something that
It didn't make the list. It didn't make any of the categories, but you just want to give it a shout out.
Oh, for me, Persona 5 didn't make any of my lists, but I probably put a lot of hours into that.
Did you get the plat?
No, I'm so close.
You know,
I
Royal's out not too far away.
Yeah, I literally have an Excel spreadsheet of what I need to do on every day, ready to go. I just haven't had
to do every day to get the platinum for the whole game.
With the shortest amount of playthroughs.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, I think Persona 5 will be my biggest shout out. And Devil May Cry didn't make any of my lists either, but it's a fantastic game.
Excellent. Joshua?
Titanfall 2.
Oh, that's what you didn't play this year, didn't
Campaign.
you? Yeah.
Oh, what a campaign!
It's like the best shooter campaign
What
ever.
a game! That's good.
It's currently free on PlayStation Plus.
Is it?
Yes.
I remember I said, because online there'd be like 1,000 people at a time. Now that it's free, it's up to like 70,000
There's
or
so
something
many
like
people
that.
playing it now.
It's
A lot of
matches.
a lot of my friends all re-downloaded it and are playing it online.
Well, the multiplayer was always really good and really unique. But the campaign, I was just like, this is special.
Hey, child breaks in. What's up? Wouldn't be a podcast wasn't for my child.
Did
Hey,
someone
child.
say Titanfall?
Kicks the door in.
Do you know what an interesting watch is? The Titanfall 2 speedruns through those.
They asked it through the
They
training
are
thing.
even just the entire story.
Yeah.
It is so good. Like because of the movement traversal that you can do.
Yeah.
It's just
Nah, what a game.
My honourable mentions, I've got two. One of them is Days Gone, a game that
I
was
forgot that
was
game,
kind of
yeah.
better than I
Oh.
expected. It's certainly better than everyone gave it credit for, especially for a studio that hadn't made a big game like that since PS2. Obviously, the initial build was very rough, very rocky, but they did receive quite a number of updates in order to put it in a pretty decent state. The biggest problem with it was a bit long in the tooth. It was way longer than it needed to be, and that's probably one of its disappointments. My second would be The Division 2. I hate looter shooty games, yet somehow The Division 2 won my heart. It won my soul. I'm going to play this all year. I didn't.
But even having that thought, even for a couple of days.
Yeah, because I hit the level cap, and then I did all 5 world tiers. I beast the shit out of that game, and that never happens for me.
But the thing is, by the time, next year there'll probably be the pack that has all that extra content, and you'll be like,
Well, all the
fuck yes.
DLC was free,
Oh, that's right.
so I can go in there now and just tackle the DLC. Will I? Probably not. But I like knowing that I could. Now this one's a bit of a skip for you, Josh, as you said. Best independent of the year.
I want to clarify, I played a lot of indies this year, but none of them that came out this year.
Well, that's fine. What'd you play? Well, list some.
Dead Cells, Hand of Fate, Grim Dawn,
Did you say Slay the Spire
Slay
as
the
well?
Spire.
Well, you can say Slay the Spire because Max is a loophole.
yeah, it did technically come out this year on consoles.
Yeah, well, I played it technically on Game Pass this year.
Yeah, there
That
you go.
game's so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is so good.
You don't like card games.
No. I'm not smart. I'm not smart enough.
But it's not just a card game; it's a roguelike card game.
Roguelike strategy card game.
Yeah, so with my day job, the amount of board games and stuff we play, I have come to learn that I am not smart enough for card games. There is a lot of reading and
You're deck building at the same time as you play the game and get higher and
the
higher.
difficulty that I have is when you read the instructions, if and or but this, I'm like,
But it's not like Slay the Spire's cards aren't like that. In general, it's deal 6 damage, draw a card and discard a card. But then you have all these other effects that all combo it together and stuff. So yeah,
if the game does a lot of it for me, then that's okay.
It doesn't.
Oh, balls.
Just, I want to be very clear. But you know, you can have a solid run of just kind of doing the basics, and then you can really get into it and start like proper deck building. Yep. Very satisfying game.
Fantastic. What about me, Max? What are you winning and your nominees?
So my 3 nominees for indie game are Cadence of Hyrule, Untitled Goose, and Slay the Spire.
Cadence of Hyrule, like the Zelda game.
Yeah, but it's made by the people that did Crypt of the Necro Dancer. So it's an
you know what? I
played that demo. That was cool. I did. I played the demo of it on the Switch. That was cool.
Fair enough.
You got to move and attack to the beat of the music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so Cadence of Hyrule is Crypt of the Necro Dancer. Like, it's made by the guys that made Crypt of the Necro Dancer, but all the music, like Zelda, like drums and bass, like really.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's what I associate with Zelda. So
That's the only song that came to my head. I'd remember more if the franchise was good anymore.
Oh.
Can't wait to talk about some of the other.
Can we have like disappointment of the generation? Breath of the Wild was so disappointing to me. It's ridiculous. It still hurts me to think about. I bought a Switch to play that game under the guise of it being for my son for his birthday.
Yeah.
And it just sucked ass.
Oh, we're gonna have a fun conversation later.
Thank you, Joe.
It's not a Zelda game. It's an open world game with the Zelda skin fucking slapped on there.
Even if it was, it's still bull.
Even if it was a Zelda game, it fucking sucks.
Weapon degradation. That's cool.
Oh, I like weapon degradation.
What year is it?
My 3 indie noms: Beat Saber because it was a cheap and easy one. Throw it in there. Tools Up, because I've been playing that recently. I'm really digging it. And the one I played earlier in the a game called Weedcraft Inc. Yep.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's a good game. So where you're a up and comer.
Off camera, we figured out an empire because of that game.
Yeah, we did. I spent a little bit of time growing weed in my basement in my game, and then slowly grew it into like a proper up business.
There's a sentence in there that could be cropped.
Yep. When I have a basement because we're in Australia, which is really
I
mad.
spent some time growing weed in my basement.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good point. If you cut up before the in the basement part, then I'm totally fucked. Yeah. But I've always wanted a basement. But yeah, so the winner is Beat Saber because it seemed easy. Like Tools Up is dope. Weedcraft Inc. was dope. But Beat Saber was just out of this world good. Games of not this year.
I have that. That's pretty much all I played this year. Stop. I abbreviated everything. So Game of the Year is GOTY. Game of the Generation is GOTY. And then Game of not this year is GONTY. So I'm going to do like 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
So according to my autocorrect, Assassin's Creed Odysseus. Assassin's Creed Odyssey at number 3.
Yep.
What a game. Did you play that?
Yeah.
What a game.
So good.
I never liked Assassin's Creed really. But this one got me. All the twists, like through it with like, you're fighting people, then all of a sudden there's a fucking Cyclops and stuff like that. I was like, oh my god.
I think the greatest part for me was when I got high enough to not take fall damage anymore.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It's like, I'm about to get fucked up. I'm going to jump off this cliff real quick. Ladies.
And you do the whole like diving into a hay bale animation, then you just go. Oh, they forgot to animate the you just get up and walk away. And the naval combat was really, really well done.
I just wish I was good at it. I used to get wrecked by every ship. No matter like how many levels above them I'd be, they just fuck me up.
I think you're good at that. Number 2, Bioshock Infinite. I finally played that.
Yeah, you gushed a lot of love for Infinite.
It's very good. So much better than I thought it'd be. So it was on Steam for like $8 or something. I was like, yeah, that seems like a good entry price.
But this is interesting because this is even after you bought the Bioshock collection a while ago and traded it in.
Yeah. Well, I never got to it because I wanted to do Bioshock 2 and then Infinite. I got halfway through Bioshock, was like, but Infinite came with all the DLC as well, so I played all of that too.
Oh, nice.
It's cool, and it's like how it all ties back to Rapture and all that stuff. Great game. Number 1 is Hellblade.
Yeah.
I started the year with that actually. That was the first
my
game
best. I think that was my best indie of last year.
That's the first game I finished this year. It was very special.
Good
choice to start the year
off with.
Made me feel things.
I know,
like,
right?
Like real sorrow. Not like, I'm sad, like, oh, this
Yeah.
This hurts.
Fuck yeah, dude. That game was amazing.
And Melissa Juergens. It's Melissa, yeah?
Yeah, it's not Juergens, though.
Yeah, it is.
It could be. Sounds like a sex thing.
No, I didn't say Jerkins. Just the mocap and the voice acting and everything. If the voice acting wasn't as good as it was, it wouldn't have been as impactful. And it's made even cooler that they're like, hey, can you just do this for a day so we can test shit? And she's like, yeah, cool. And they're like, can you actually do this?
Yeah.
Like, it's a cool story as well.
And now they're getting her to do it again.
How did you play it? Did you play it with headphones
Yeah, with
on
headphones.
at all times?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Says it at the start.
Yeah, there's some.
And every game that says that, I'm like, no.
Yeah, there
If
is
you want me to do that to fuck me up.
There is something so like harrowing about like hearing the voices and just where they sit and what they do.
It's very
and,
visceral.
yeah, that's one of the greatest things.
Although
Like, in terms of it coming from, especially from a semi-independent studio at the time. Yeah, it is Juergens. It just sounds like dick thing.
So, but having said that, I am also, in hindsight now, a little disappointed they're doing a sequel.
Yeah.
Like, what a great, just standalone 6-hour experience.
Well, that's true. We can always, that's the benefit. We can always treat it as the once. But like, I would imagine having it closed the way it does, they would have to have something good to go back to.
Yeah. But I'm also wondering, I think that'll really let me see, because Microsoft are like, we bought all these studios, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
They're under our banner. We're not micromanaging and all that. So that'll be interesting to see if it's,
Yeah, whether it keeps some of its thing. Like, I'm curious on it. Yeah, what they bring, because like especially the 3D audio, it was just so unique in and how it was used. I do wonder whether they're going to bring any more of those sort of like
sensory.
Sensory. What's what I'm looking for? Like innovations, the one I wanted. Any of those, and like new innovations within the sequel, or it's got to double down on what worked.
And the rune puzzles weren't exactly an original idea, but they were really well done. Like when you finally get that right angle, and you're like, ha! I did it. It makes you feel good.
Yeah, big
That's
time.
it. That's my 3.
Max.
Fuck, it's hot in here.
Yeah, I know. It was really nice when the door was open before. So I did the same thing, 3, 2, 1. So my third was Rocket League. I have not stopped playing that game since it came out. It's still good.
How many hours have you got?
Too many.
You don't want to say it in front of people.
Way too many. Number 2, Witcher 3. A fantastic game. And my number 1 was Alan Wake, which I played after finishing Control.
Okay. Did Control give you that?
Yeah, it's because I went so hard on Control and read like every single piece of lore that I found in their game. Those two worlds are connected, and I'm like, I need to go back and play Alan Wake, and I did.
No, I have Alan Wake installed on my PC, and I haven't played it. I bought it for like $6.
Did you know that they're likely together?
There's a lot of hints at it.
I know you don't sit there reading all the lore tabs and stuff like that.
No.
Generally, you don't.
Control, I did. Control, I very much did.
Wow.
And not to mention one of the thumbnails for one of the DLC packages for
AWE.
For Control, it literally in the font of Alan Wake with the light coming up behind it. I'm like, oh, that's so Alan Wake.
I had got AWE really confused with AW then for a sec. I'm like, Cody Rhodes in this?
Next thing you know,
Le Champion.
Yeah, Le Champion is balls deep in Control. Look, mine's an easy one. Look, 2K19, I finished the campaign this year. It's just nominated because I did. The game of not this year that I finally finished after the longest stretch of time. The Last of Us.
There you go. Good boy.
It's too easy. And it's an easy pick.
Just finished The Last of Us?
I've picked it up
Since
7 times.
Since we started this, he's done it, about 7 times. I'm going to finish it this time.
Yeah, because it's normally like there's a quiet period, so I'm like, I'll finally push Last of Us, and so I restart it, going, okay, cool. Something shiny comes up, I'm like, fuck.
So what happened? Was it the Last of Us 2 coming out soon that made you
No,
really
it was just once again, it was a dead time,
or?
but it was a right amount of dead time.
Okay.
The dead time actually allowed me to get all the way through to the end, and holy fuck,
Plus
is that
the
a
fact
good
that
game.
Part 2 is out.
Yeah, but saying that though, the benefit of that is, spoilers, because I finished Last of Us probably about like less than a month before that big trailer reveal with Joel in it. So that hit even harder for me.
Because it was fresh.
Yeah, so it was like super fresh emotionally.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. I can imagine if people have like that longing for Last of Us 2 is probably a different place, but having it so recent, so fresh, seeing Joel was still kicking, like, oh my god, Joel's still kicking. It was absolutely amazing. Worst games of the year.
Come on. It's got to be Anthem.
Yeah.
I mean, because I actually played it.
Yeah.
I went in to play Anthem with the sole
We had
intent
plans.
of knowing it was trash, finishing it anyway for journalistic integrity, and I played for about 2.5 hours, and I couldn't play it anymore. So just by the fact that I played it at all, it takes the cake.
So my worst game is also Anthem. I recently discovered last night that it was still installed on my PlayStation, so I booted it up. Turns out the map is now covered in snow and it's still shit.
Now it's just white shit.
The loading times have been improved enormously, and I played it for about an hour last night, and I really enjoyed flying around and throwing fireballs at people, but there's just no substance to that game.
Yeah.
And it really hurts because I really wanted it to be my new Destiny.
Nothing will ever be Destiny.
Yeah, well, Destiny sucks now too.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I played the new DLC and I hate it. It's just a reskin of the last DLC, and it got really
That's
shitty.
been Destiny since day one.
It got really shitty. Like, there's nothing new. And there's no story campaigns. It sucks. And then
There
turned
was
it
kind
off.
of a story.
I must admit I haven't done much. I just did like the first incursion. I'm like, this is the same as what
So
I
you
did
didn't
last
give
time.
it a chance.
Well, having played the beta, I was like, pfft, and then you put like a couple hours and it's like,
For what?
For Anthem.
Anthem.
Oh, I thought we were still talking Destiny.
no,
I'm like, what are you
No. Oh, sorry. I thought about. I zoned out for a second there. Yeah, no, but Destiny. Yeah, what's wrong with Destiny 2? You remember what Destiny 2 for? Destiny 2 was good fun. The problem is that everyone just got fast. They got ahead of me, and I was like, I cracked the shits and bounced.
Yeah, but now in the latest expansion, you can just play with anyone whenever you want anyway. Your live power doesn't matter.
Okay, that's cool.
I told you that. Yeah. But, fuck me.
Fuck me, I guess. So here are my 3 nominees for worst game of the year. Rage 2, a game that had me so impressed at PAX last year because we played it and it just felt awesome. Like, all the shooting was really, really tight, and that still was the case when I played the full game. But everything else about it sucked fucking dick. Like, the game is so butt. Like, when you're not shooting at things, the game is trash. It's absolute trash. The story is stupid, and it's just not very good. So here's what I explain it. Speaking of games that are stupid, not very good.
Can I throw one in there?
Yeah.
Because I think this is going to be the same thing. I forgot about this. Borderlands 3.
I didn't put Borderlands 3 in there.
Didn't you?
No.
That game was shit out.
I was very apathetic towards that game, honestly.
Yeah.
What didn't you feel about Borderlands 3?
I feel like it was just toilet humor, which Borderlands has always been. But I feel like Borderlands 2 was clever toilet humor.
Yeah, I think we've aged
in
out
a way.
almost, yeah.
But no, even now, I feel like the jokes in Borderlands 2 hit properly. Because it's not
They
as...
did seem a lot more forced.
It's not as frequent in Borderlands 2, but it's still there. But in 3, like, every line has to be a zinger. Has to be sarcastic in some ways. Like, it doesn't, really. And yeah, I don't like it.
No, totally valid. Yeah, because I was like, maybe I'll push through and get it done, but Borderlands 3 just didn't land for me either. But like, there's enough good in it. If I don't pay attention to the story, the game was okay. I was playable. I enjoyed it.
Paul's getting really fed up with me.
Is he? Ooh, this could be fun. To be honest, the jokes aren't great, but not bottom 3. Like, worst
Yeah, I
games
know.
of the year.
Bottom 1. I'd rather play Anthem.
But yeah, speaking of games that suck balls, Wolfenstein Youngblood.
Oh, yeah.
That game sucked
You
so
were very
hard.
disappointed in
I
that.
still got credits on that game. I pushed through,
Even though you got stuck in the...
4 months after it came out because that game's checkpointing system was broken.
That was the last boss, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, story delivery on that game was horrendous. The characters sucked. Like
we can never do a show with Paul again because he's going to punch me really fucking
or
hard.
we can make that the show.
Okay, well. As long as I get that month's Patreon money.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm down with that. The story sucked. The characters were completely unrelatable and had shitty dialogue, right? They just did not feel organic at all. It was just absolute poo.
Yeah.
And then gameplay, because it was the thing that disappointed me the most was coming from Wolfenstein 2 being my game of the year in 2017. So it's like, this game is so fantastic. It is brilliant. Please give me more of it. They gave me more of it, and I was like, please don't give me any of this ever again.
Enough.
It's absolute shit house of a game. And then my third one is WWE 2K20, because that game is broken up to shit. Like, I think that one, that's probably the worst game of the year on a technical level, just because it was just so broken.
Can you use it to do your pay-per-view stuff?
Oh, I still do.
Yeah.
Because,
does it break?
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Someone just ran into the ropes for like 15 minutes, and they just wouldn't get out of the ropes until they got hit with a chair.
One tag partner was just getting up on the apron and then dropping down, and getting back up and dropping down, and did nothing the whole time.
Bold strategy.
See, this is why I can't put 2K20 as the worst game of the year. It's in there because technically it is one of the worst games of the year.
But you had a lot of fun with
I'm having so much fun with it because I'm enjoying that it's broken.
Someone got thrown through a ladder that disappeared straight away.
Yeah. Because people that take the game seriously or wanting a certain thing out of it, yeah, it's understandable why they would hate it. But for what we use it for here, as the pay-per-view predictor, if anything, it makes pay-per-views way more fun.
Can't believe Seth Rollins did that.
Yeah, I can't believe Seth Rollins he disappeared through the match.
Yeah. And then fell from the roof.
Like, they go for the chair, and the chair is on the other side of the ring now. Like, there's enough fun in that to be entertaining for me. But by far, yeah, the winner is Youngblood. Youngblood sucks, man. Sucks all the bum.
Fair.
Here it is. Game of the year. Josh.
So I need to clarify.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't finish any games that came out this year,
That's fine.
technically. I did a few, but I mostly played games as a service that had expansions this year. So
They count.
that's it. Number 3 is Division 2.
Yeah!
Actually, every one of mine is a game as a service, despite me saying how much I hate them every week. Number 2 is Destiny 2 Shadowkeep, because it was rad.
Max.
Shadowkeep was good.
Cool.
Shadowkeep was
And it
good.
was scary at points.
I love Shadowkeep, but I think my issue with Destiny 2 at the moment is the seasons, because they're such small incremental changes, and it's not this big content dump. I just get sick of it really quickly.
Fair.
I think that's my issue.
Fair.
Sorry, Padge is yelling at me because I didn't mention Breakpoint being one of the worst games of the year, which it certainly was. I mean, it'd be 4th. On that list, it is 4th. I was so excited. The game was ball bags. Actual ball bags.
My game of the year is Monster Hunter Iceborne.
Oh, that counts. That totally counts.
God, what a game.
Yeah.
It added so much. And
It broke Padge, speaking of. Like, he had to
What do you
review it, but he hadn't finished the base game before he had to go to review it. So then he had to like smash it in like the space of like 2 weeks in order to even get real close to doing the DLC.
If you could do that, man, well done. Yeah, new monster designs, it's just fun. It's like endless. Like, just killing shit is fun. I know you got sick of it.
Yeah.
Because it is, you kill a monster to make some armor, to kill a bigger monster to make some better armor, to kill a bigger monster. But, every weapon is so different. It's like 14 different classes, basically, with how you use them and stuff like that. The game is perfect. I can't fault it. There's nothing wrong with that game. Yeah. Are you going to pick it up? We were talking about it.
Yeah, I've super been just waiting for it to come down in price.
I cracked one day. I was just like, I'm just going to... Because I restarted at Monster Hunter this year on Xbox, because I was just playing my Xbox.
Yeah.
And then I played it for about 35 hours and went, I've put like 250 hours on the PlayStation. I started playing it on PlayStation again, throwing that 35 hours on the Xbox out the window, and then I just bought it on the PlayStation, because it's good shit. It's good shit. You should get it.
Have you done the Final Fantasy crossover?
Yeah.
Have you beaten the Behemoth King?
I can't do it.
Apparently it's ridiculous.
Apparently, Pat says you are forgiven because Josh is really good.
Because
Iceborne's good.
Iceborne's good.
They put Rathalos in Final Fantasy
did they?
online.
All these crossover, and all the
it's-
crossovers they've done with like Resident Evil.
Yeah, and there's
There's
another Horizon one coming.
They did a Witcher one, didn't
They
they?
did the Witcher one, which I also haven't beaten. But the Witcher one, you actually play as Geralt
Well, that's
in
right.
Monster Hunter with the same. Like,
So is it
combat
similar style to how you look like Aloy? They just change the character model when you get the armor, or do you?
No, you are Geralt. As in
Okay.
you're speaking as Geralt.
Oh,
You're
wow.
playing as Geralt with his swords and his move set.
Oh, cool.
I think you get a couple of his signs.
Yep.
And you fight the boss is a Leshen.
Oh, that big tree bark dude. Yeah.
Who like enslaves.
Yeah.
I can't do that either. But I love it anyway.
What's your go-to weapon?
At the moment, lance.
Okay, I think when I played, I was an insect glaive.
I was insect glaive mostly. But
because there was, being able to flip around and.
Iceborne I found really hard, so I just got the lance so I can just counter blow everything.
Kind of sell me on it, but I'm not going to hate it. I'm not gonna buy it.
It's so good. Quality of life changes.
Well, you are selling me. I'm like, oh, maybe I could go back.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do.
The thing that
off this week
got me off it was that stupid cavern run section, where like this big crevice, and you're moving down the crevice. You like shoot fucking rockets at something.
I know which one you're talking. He's talking about where the one where you first fight the big elder. Yeah.
Oh, that is universally panned. Everyone fucking hates it.
I instantly stopped.
You only have to do it twice though.
Oh, Paul says best to know we can play. Oh, there's multiplayer, isn't it?
I played on PS4.
It's like what, four player multiplayer now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
think
it's always
been. Got bosses that's 16 player sieges.
Do I need Iceborne to play with you guys?
For fuck's sake.
No.
I'm gonna go.
We just can't fight the same. You can't fight the monsters.
Okay.
In the new areas.
So I could always just talk to Kat.
I'm in. I'm in.
And there's 16 player siege battles now. Against a big monster.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so in.
The cavern thing you really hate.
Yeah.
Twice. Once where you've just done it, and the very last thing you do for the main story.
Okay. Add me, Paul.
It sucks. We got our party up.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah. That's it. My
Iceborne Game of the Year.
Fucking nice. Yeah.
Max.
Okay, my Game of the Year list. It's so hot in here. So
I'm quite okay with it. Yeah.
Number 3, Sekiro. Number 2, Control. And Control was my Game of the Year up until I played Death Stranding, which won my Game of the Year.
I came here for this.
Death Stranding. Now, I must admit, I put Death Stranding down and picked up Jedi Fallen Order.
Mm-hmm.
That took my time away from Death Stranding. But once I got back into it, the game is incredible. Not so much for its gameplay, but the story and the way I felt playing it. Like, the game brought me to tears multiple times through multiple character story arcs. And
do you actually shower with Guillermo del Toro?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he doesn't get naked.
The context is
when you cried the first time. He's so beautiful when he
pushes you in there and then gets all up in your business.
I'm like, this has to be.
I'm like, is Del Toro trying to fuck me?
This has to be fake.
Because that'd be Game of the Year if he tries to fuck me.
No, it's not fake. That
but then my favorite part is when the shower goes, there's way too much person in here.
It's so hard to explain. It's hard to explain why I think people should play it, because it's really not for everyone. Like, the minute-to-minute gameplay of just traversing a world has a...
Fucking sucks.
But it doesn't though. Like, there were times... Okay, I'll give it to you. Granted, it fucking sucked when I was up in the snowy mountains. That sucked. But it's really not bad. Like, the music, the ambience that the music gives you when you're traveling from place to place. Like, I golden pathed it. I didn't do any of these bullshit pizza deliveries. I never met Conan O'Brien. Like,
what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Conan O'Brien's in it. Edgar Wright's in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So...
I'm back.
The story for me was my big driving point to getting through the game, and it was just fantastic. I haven't had an experience with a game like this for a very long time.
Is it good enough to turn someone around who has an immensely negative mindset on the game?
If you can go over the gameplay hump, then yes.
If you can get over the gameplay hump, if that story intrigues you enough, then the gameplay isn't as horrible.
So it's on the PopC account. If you're curious.
Does Norman Reedus show more emotions than he does in all 8 seasons?
A little bit,
like towards the back end of it.
Yes, he's very flat.
He's
like Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, they have him intentionally flat in this for a lot of it, but towards the
because that was the extent of his acting.
But towards the back end of it, you start to get more out of him.
The only issue I found with this game, and the reason why I think it didn't review as well, is because it does not start strong. The back end of the game is the best part of the game, because that's when you start getting those heavy like dumps of information, the exposition, you get the story. Like chapter 3 is fucking 50% of the game and you do fuck all. Like,
You're not selling me.
it is a very it's one of those it doesn't get good till season 2.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, if that doesn't get you over the hump, it's not going to get you there.
Do any of you own it physically?
I do,
No.
and you're more than welcome to borrow it if you want.
I might take you up on that.
Yeah.
And then if I really like it and it turns me around, I'll purchase it. I'll eat, I eat my words. Be like,
So I
still want a bridge, baby.
I
so bad.
I think I still want a refund.
I golden passed it fairly hard, and it still took me, I think, 40 something hours to beat.
See, to me, it's weird because it sounds like a lot, but in total, I must have put in 600 hours. That's not a lot.
But that's constant action, like, and part of what took me so long is because I didn't build anything. By the end of the game, it's like it was really hard to get around because I didn't have my bridges set up. I didn't have zip lines set up. It was I literally have to fucking walk everywhere
Why didn't you build anything?
because I just couldn't be bothered.
Oh, fair.
Because you've got to find the materials, and then it's not as simple as build it. You've got to bring the materials to that building point, and the more materials you carry, the heavier your backpack is, the slower you walk, the longer it takes to get anywhere. It's just, it can be frustrating.
Get a fucking buggy, mate.
But it's so good.
Right.
The story.
Maybe I can convince you with my pitch when I put it in my top 3.
Is it going to top Conan O'Brien and a shower with Del Toro?
That was pretty hot.
If anything, that is the selling point.
That's true. So my nominees.
Oh, and if you zoom in on Norman's dick, he
yells at you.
he covers it and flips you off in front of the camera.
So it breaks the fourth wall as well.
Oh yeah,
all the time.
all the time.
All the
and if
time.
you're not a fan of Monster, you won't like the game.
For at least
I've seen the memes.
10
I've seen
hours,
the memes.
and then 10 hours it just disappears, which is very cool.
My heart beats faster just looking at a can of Monster.
All right, so my number 3 is Resident Evil 2 Remake. As I mentioned at the time, there's no bad things I can say about that game. Its tension, its horror, its sound design, its visuals, everything about it was straight up immaculate. It had me like with those good butterfly fear for a good hunk of it as the Tyrant or Mr. X chases you around the house and you just shit yourself for a while. And then you hide in that little room and you'll peek out, the safe room, you peek out and he's fucking there, but he can't get you because you're in your safe room. Like,
So how do you get out?
you just wait for him to walk away.
Oh.
So like there was those good tension moments and the story is rad. Now I'm sure if I had played Resident Evil 2 on PS1, like would I still love it as much? I don't know. But that's the benefit of playing it for the first time in the best way it can be delivered. The game is absolutely astounding. For that reason, it has me really excited for Resident Evil 3 Remake. Easy done. Number 2 is Control. So Control was absolutely... aside from a lot of some technical issues, because I did play it pre-release, so there were a lot of slowdowns, only when there's lots of things happening on camera. That's fine.
A surprise. Like, a surprise hit.
Yeah.
For you this year.
Yeah, so like what suckered me in with it is because like I love like the X-Files and shit, and this game is like the X-Files meets Twin Peaks. It's just all this weird shit. There's like a fridge, but you have to look at the fridge, because if you look away from the fridge, it'll hurt you.
Like a weeping angel.
Yeah, almost. But
there's a fridge.
There's a giant boss inside the fridge, which is awesome. The game had a ton of side bosses, like boss fights, but they're all side stuff. Like they weren't even actually in the campaign. So the campaign kept this really kind of semi-grounded feel within a very weird setup, because all the big gamey stuff was side stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of exposition dumps, which I were okay with, because the lore was so intriguing. And they're like, I need to know why there is a flamingo over there that has these paranormal powers. Like there's all these different things just building and building and building, and the imagery of the game in terms of just like when you walk in a room, there's bodies flying, there's these upside down pyramids everywhere. The game is just absolutely astounding. I platinumed it, if that demonstrates anything else. I loved it. The game is absolutely brilliant. The lore is just soaked me in so hard. And I really hope I can find time to play the DLC when it comes out in March, because I think I'd really, really enjoy it. But my game of the year is Death Stranding.
We were together on
And
this.
that's my point.
You were my brother, Ryan.
And that's the point, man. Going into it, you and I were
You
like,
were supposed to hate Kojima, not love him.
like, this game is gonna suck all the dick, and because you and I were so on it,
Yeah.
and then when I played it, it so won me over, man. Like,
Okay.
when it kicks in and then it starts delivering you like the basic premise of the game, it's you need to connect the east to the west coast. You're essentially building almost a new internet, right? In its simplest form. But then as you do more and you start to learn about all these different characters and where they fit, and this whole idea of this world where death has leaked into it, so there is now this bridge between what is living and what is dead, and all these extra creatures. And then you have this little baby on your chest that you think's stupid, and then eventually you start really being connected to this fucking baby.
So you're not. The question's been answered. You're not a Metal Gear fan. You are a Kojima fan.
I don't know. I don't know because like
It's funny, we've been having this discussion for the last 2 weeks.
I've been debating.
Are you a Kojima fan or a Metal Gear fan?
Because like I love Metal Gear, and there is so much of what made Metal Gear amazing in this, right? And that is the idea of this grounded in reality with some hard science or like some really hard shit, but then wrapping it in weird shit. Like weird supernatural stuff, and then that is what Metal Gear was, and that's why I probably love this the most. But then like you look at other Kojima games like Zone of the Enders and stuff, I don't give a fuck because I don't care about Gundam, right?
That was like 30 years ago or something.
But yeah, I'm using it as an example of other Kojima games. If I was a Kojima fan, I'd love all of it.
Modern Kojima.
Yeah, modern Kojima, I'm 100% a fan of, because like there is so much weird shit in here that makes
Zone
it
of
work.
the Enders is not his original IP anyway.
No, but it's something he worked as an
He
example.
worked on, but in terms of what he creates, you're a fan.
Yes. No, I'd agree to that. The thing that sold me, and it's similar to what Max said, there were so many incredible emotive moments for me. I'm pretty sure I cried no less than 4 times. Just the different character stories that would just because they have legitimate real ass actors, like they just deliver, right? So like, you know, as I said, Mads Mikkelsen won an award this year for his character of Cliff. For the longest time, like you only see this character in flashbacks, right? All these sort of flash forward. No. So you see flashbacks, flash forwards. You're like, I don't see because you know all these are people like Mads is so fucking good. I'm like, I don't see it. All I'm getting is these flashbacks, right? But then as you do at the back end of the game and it starts all coalescing into this one narrative, you're like, oh my god, no, he is fucking amazing. And there's a performance from a gentleman that plays Die Hardman, who is one of the most realist.
Is it Bruce Willis?
No, so it's a black dude. One of the most realist human performances. Amazing, like just this, because his character is kind of, for the longest time, Preston Darby from Fallout 4. He's like, hey, you need to go to this, go to there, go to there, go to there, right? And he's like, fuck off, mate. But then when he has that moment and you understand why he's named a certain way, why he does what he does, and it just all comes together in this incredibly beautiful scene. It's absolutely astounding. Another example is Mama,
Don't even get me started. That was the first real tearjerker when we finally met Mama for real.
Yeah, so that because of the baby and like that, there is a lot of like imagery of parents and children and stuff like that. And I think that's another reason why I love this game even more, is just because I have that connection. It's the same reason that I love God of War so much. It's just really sucking me in, and I'm just I can see the care just leave Josh's face.
Keep going, man. I'm not going to interrupt you.
Sell me that Kojima dick.
Yeah, but like, there is some pacing issues, but I think that pacing can be almost self-inflicted. Like in the same way that you mentioned, you pretty much did the golden path, as you called it. So for myself, what's that? So Paul in the chat says, "Look out, Josh! These two are about to shoot loads all over you by mistake." Yeah, guaranteed. So I did get stuck in the 3rd chapter because I kept getting distracted by side shit. So my final time was about 52 hours. I think I capped out about. But it was one of those things. Once I realized that this was arbitrary shit, and it's obviously it's good for trophies and stuff, but I still felt obligated and in a good way, and I felt compelled to do all those things, but not like
I need to help
that
these
I had to.
people.
Yeah, I did. I'm like, I need to help these people. I want, like, even though it's something simple as delivering packages, there was something about it that was just so fun. Now the gameplay is simple. It's just going from A to B, but like, although there are some boss fights and stuff, because there are moments where Kojima goes, "Hey, it's a game," wink, and it gets really gamey. But then there's there's moments where just the world itself is a big fucking boss, because it's just like you need to get there, and there is so much shit in your way, and that kind of the big fun of it is planning your way around it and taking into account the BTs and this time for rain and all these different things. And a lot of the time I just fucking cheesed it with a truck. Like you walked across and was like,
well, see, my thing was I used to try and use the BTs to fast travel me, because obviously when you get grabbed, they pull you in a direction. Now sometimes they pull you closer to your destination, and you're like, thanks boys. Other times they pull you in the wrong way, and then you're like, shit, I've just lost half an hour.
Yeah. But yeah,
half an hour of walking time.
So because I didn't get caught for the longest time. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So that was a good surprise. But yeah, once you get over that hump of that, like, you know, the like that chapter 3, it just starts rocketing through, and then you start really getting to the pump of all the characters and all that. So at the end, I was just a mess. It was so good.
Yeah, like you said, it got a lot more gamey by the end of the game. Like it went from
a self-aware way.
Yeah, because it went from me carrying for the longest time just packages. Like I'd have my spare boots, my packages. I'd have like health on hand, whatever. By the end of the game, I'm like, I need to strap all the guns that I can possibly carry to my back, just in case.
Yeah, because when you're doing like the big final trench and there's all these things, you're like, I've got like 5 rocket launchers on my back. Fuck all the packages. Everyone's gonna get blown up, you know. But like, yes, even what even is even amazing again. So someone like whose name I've completely blanked out on. He played Higgs. Why have I fucked up?
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker. So Troy Baker is literally on the same par as all these legitimate actors, man. Like his performance as Higgs is just so good. So like what I've found here is that the story and the performances and that narrative that kept pulling me forward is what kind of outbalanced the relatively simple gameplay. So for many people to be like, this game sucks, because they just didn't. They didn't connect to the story, and then because if you don't connect to the story, the gameplay is not going to win you. Yeah, it's not going to win you over. But yeah, it's probably one of the most unique things I've ever played. How long did I talk about it for? Yeah, I've been like,
I'm
fucking.
just cleaning my wash face. I got paint on it.
Yeah, but yeah, easy done. Death Stranding, game of the year.
I'm so disappointed.
Play it, you might not be.
Oh, it won't help me now.
True. But yeah, that brings us to our game of the generation.
Yeah.
So there's everything that's taken place between, I guess, PS4 and Xbox.
Can't wait
up
to be
until
yelled
now.
at.
Oh, apparently we're going to yell at Max for his. Did everyone bring a short list or just a?
I got a 3.
All right.
I got a 3.
Sorry, I have a text after it.
No, you're right. So my games of the generation, number 3, Witcher 3.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah.
Number 2, Breath of the Wild. Was one of my top 3 games of the generation. I think, like, you know, as much as despite the fact that it's not a Zelda game, I like the changes that they made. I look forward to seeing how those changes will affect future quote-unquote Zelda games.
I'm not going to play unless who fucking cares.
I wasn't as hard up on the weapon degradation as you guys were. I enjoyed...
I was so mad about it. I'm deadly mad.
I liked the way that it forced me to not rely upon one build constantly to win this game. I liked the way that I had to change things up on the fly. I liked the way I could finish the game in 20 minutes if I chose to. The fact that I can just go straight to the end of the game and kill the boss.
Means the boss is fucking shit.
Well, no. Well, I mean, I never managed to do it. But you can.
I've just been informed I need to pick my daughter up from work at 5 o'clock.
What time is it now?
10 to 5.
You know, bounce out. What's your game of the generation?
Fuck my life, I swear. Where do I do it? God of War, and then Monster Hunter World, and then Persona 5.
Which is number one?
Persona 5.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a good list.
Been a pleasure. Sorry to have to be outside.
We went longer than expected.
Who would have thought to fucking ask me? Sorry, I'll see you soon.
No worries, man. It's just back to you and me, Max. What's your number one?
Number one, I think, is as much of a cop out as this is. It's Death Stranding.
Oh, yeah,
for me.
okay, valid.
None of the other, obviously, God of War, all that stuff. They were fantastic, but like you brought up, just with the whole, because you connected really closely to God of War, because obviously you had not long had James, and it touched you, and I think that's what happened to me with Death Stranding. I think being so close to having a newborn, it really put a lot of stuff in perspective, and like a few of those scenes broke me going, holy shit, like this would just, if this was to happen, I'd just be wrecked.
Yeah.
And because of that, I think this game has done something that no other game has done ever. So for that reason alone, it's my game of year and game of generation. As much of a cop out as that is.
No, I'm fine with it.
That's what it is.
I'm fine with it. I can't argue that at all. nor would I. So I kind of went 5 just because I couldn't. There was some of it was just too difficult.
I think if I was to add the other two, Persona 5 would definitely be on my list, and Last of Us.
Yeah.
I think would be the other one.
Well, Last of Us technically the last generation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
that's a great one on there. But so yeah, my fault. So I put Red Dead Redemption 2 on there because I think on a technical level, the game is by far one of the best things coming out this generation.
Yep.
Because the game, Jesus Christ, it kicked the shit out of that door, didn't
there's a spot for you now, buddy.
So like on a technical level, that game is astounding. It looks so good, and there's just so much depth into that world that it's brilliant. He's gonna yell at that microphone, isn't he? I also put Uncharted 4 Thieves End.
Yep.
Because the way that wraps up in that entire franchise is just too good.
Yeah.
And also left me crying at the end. Like, it kind of nicely added all these gameplay elements that have been growing over the Uncharted franchise. And it was cool to see the end of all these characters. The characters that I certainly had fallen in love with.
Yep.
So I think as a good, like, full stop on that franchise. Death Stranding is in there as well for me. I can't gush it like I did without putting it on that list. But I think that's 4. I think I may put Wolfenstein 2 on there because I think I loved it so much at the time. But unquestionably, the game of the generation for me personally is God of War. It is that God of War remake. I've talked about this game so many times in so many different ways, and I think, as I said, it comes to because it hit me on a brilliant emotional level. So as well as the game playing amazing, it's sort of bringing in all this history, very similar to Uncharted. It's like bringing all this history from previous God of War games to where it is now. That it looked amazing. The character growth and change was so good. It then had this heartfelt, real story about a father and a son, and I myself had this little dude here. It was raw, it was real, and because it talked about all these things that as a father you wonder about, like, will they turn out like me? Will they turn out better than me? Will they learn from the things that I fucked up on? Things that I did wrong. So all these different things, helping them become the person that they need to be or that they're meant to be. The game is just so good. yeah, it's just so good. I love that game endlessly.
Yeah.
Endlessly. But yeah, I kind of, on a harrowing note, sort of a sorrowing note, brings it at the end. But the game is so good. So I'm gonna have Josh duck out early, but
And Josh's.
you gonna put that in the bin? Don't drink it. Just put it in the bin because it's pretty coffee in. But anyways, yeah, that wraps up our Game of the Year awards as well as our Game of the Generation chats. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And things falling off shelves. Hang on, I'll just close that window. Otherwise, we're gonna have stuff fly everywhere. Yes, let us know what your Game of the Year is. What's your worst Game of the Year? Comments below. It's been well and good. It's been an awesome 2019 for us as always. We kind of just kicked in a gear and we kind of knuckled down and did focused PopC onto things that we wanted to do. And for those, it was the invention of the Young and the Restless. It was doubling down on For the Players, keeping them as our two big things that keep this channel afloat. And then we had you come in and help us out for the last month and a bit, which I'm internally grateful for.
Anytime.
It's been really good doing that. It's been really, really fun doing that.
Thanks, buddy.
Best thing about children. Yeah, it's been an absolute blast having you be involved while Josh has been away, and of course, I still couldn't do the show without yourself, without Josh. It is one of the highlights of my week, and it will continue to be so. I have so much love and investment in this show. It's been absolutely awesome to keep doing it for now. This is the 134th episode. This is the longest show I've ever done by twofold. And I've done like 1,000 pods in my life, but no, 2019 has been good. So it allowed me to really focus down on what I wanted to do, and not feel that I have to touch everything, play everything, and I can really just double down on the things that I love and I enjoy. And I hope that comes across in what we make for you guys. Because there has been some roughness in there. Like an example, our streams don't quite get the numbers that they used to. We moved days, but not everyone moved with it. Pod numbers are about the same. There's not been a whole, staggering amount of growth or anything. But for those that do stick around and comment and get involved, it's amazing to have you guys be with us for another 12 months. It's for who? Sorry, it's a phone. I'm pretty sure that's a Chrissy present. So, can you pretend you didn't see that? Can you take it to Mummy? Yeah? Children, man. Can you take it to Mummy? Go show Mummy. Kids are great. But no, it's been an absolutely awesome year, man. Thank you, everyone. As always, thank you to the likes of Palm and PlayStation for supporting us for another year, as well as our friend Kat over at Capcom and Shane and the Ubisoft team and everyone else that we've reached out or spoken to or dealt with. Bluemouth this year hooked us up with some ducks. I don't know where they are because James keeps stealing them.
That's right, Paul. May as well tell him Santa's not real.
Yeah. But no, it's been an absolute joy, and I look forward to still doing this in the new year. Hopefully, Josh returns on a regular basis, but we need to find a room for you, man. If you want in, I'm happy for you to make more stuff with us. It's been an absolute blast to have you. So yeah, big thank you to everyone. Hope you enjoy your Christmas break. We will return about mid-January. Having both our shows come back, as with Young and the Restless, as we head into Royal Rumble, and for us, we just keep doing what we do here. It's always awesome. But this PlayStation Conversation happens every Monday morning at 8 a.m. on your podcast services, 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you want to join that PlayStation Conversation, head over to facebook.com/group/thepopculturist, Discord, Twitter. All those links are in the description below. If you want to watch this as it happens live, head over to head over to patreon.com/thepopculturist. Support us at any dollar value. Get yourself a nice little sneaky link to watch us record this show live. Today we live streamed it as a little Chrissy present so everyone can sort of see as it happens, which is all well and fun. If you want to support us in a once-off fashion, though, head over to popculture.com/shop. You can buy shirts and other assorted shit with our logos on it. Now, we will have new designs coming in 2020. I have some mapped out in my head. It's all about putting them all together. We are also at Twitch at twitch.tv/thepopculturist, Thursdays, 8 p.m. They'll probably wrap up over the break as well, unless I just feel compelled to do it, and I probably will.
I think I've overtaken Paul now, though.
Yeah, I think
sorry, Paul.
You are certainly the most continuous guest. I think he has a couple more on you, but you are the most continuous guest. Oh, you've had like the consistency.
Yeah.
But anyways, until 2020, I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Max Cooper.
And that was Josh Saunders. I hope you all have a merry, merry Christmas, and we'll see you in January. Bye.
Bye, all.
For the players, the Pop Culturist PlayStation podcast is fan-supported at patreon.com/thepopculturist. And we'd like to thank our Patreon producers and our Patreon founders for their kindness, their support, and their generosity. Our Patreon founders: Alpha Ferret, Craig O'Flaherty, David Chataway, Jesse Stevenson, and Jacob Garner. And our Patreon producers: AJ Abatomi, Damien Holdies, Kyle Dunn, Lee Wintershoven, Nathan Massetti, Paul James, Pure Mongrel, and Sean Levitt.